Where are my introverts at? Hi. Let's talk about introverts versus extroverts. Can you be an extroverted introvert? I think you can. And in this video, I'm going to give you 5 signs that you might actually be one. Sit tight. I'd say the main difference between an introvert and an extrovert, on an energetic level, introverts get drained, their energy gets drained from too many people, or talking and all that kind of stuff, whereas extroverts, they gain energy from it. They gain energy from being around people. To me, these are the main differences between those two things. But I think there's a blend. There's a gray area where you can be a little bit of both, of course, because we're all in the gray zone, right? We're not necessarily all one or the other, but I think constitutionally, we are born either more introverted or more extroverted. Now, I do a lot of videos on 5-element personality types, which is kind of a similar thing because each personality type is kind of more on the extroverted or introverted side. They're more yang, for example, which is more forceful, energetic, and yin, which is more reclusive. So if you want to check those out, I'll put some links below. I've done a lot of videos on them, on each element type and stuff, but that's not what this video is about. This video, I'm going to talk about the extroverted introvert and some signs that you might be one. Because I feel like I am sometimes. I'm definitely born an introvert. I've gotten a little more extroverted as time goes on, but I do get drained from people. I don't like being around large crowds. I don't gain energy from being around tons of people for like, people are a lot. People are a lot. If you're introverted, people are a lot. And extroverted people love other people that are a lot sometimes. So, all right, 5 signs. And the first one, number 1, you need more recharge. Oh yeah, you need more recharge. Now I've talked about our constitutional backup battery. We have a backup battery that we tap into once all of our other resources runs out, like the energy we get from food and other things in our lives. But after a while, people start tapping into pulling from our reservoir, you could say. So we need more time to recharge a lot of times, to charge up it's like charging up a phone, charging up our own internal battery, whereas more extrovert might not. So we can be around a lot of people. For example, me at work, I talk to people all the time. I consider myself pretty friendly with people and talking one-on-one with people. But I get very exhausted after. I need to recharge. So you could be a very social person. You could have a job where you're talking to people all day. That doesn't mean that you're necessarily an extrovert. Could be you're an extroverted introvert, if you go home and you are wiped out or you need more time to recharge. That is a key sign, I would say. Number 2 sign, social gatherings, they're fun, but so is just like staying home and reading a book. So a lot of times you keep your social circle smaller. Maybe you have 1 or 2 really good friends, but you're not always feel like you can be around tons of people. Again, it drains you. So you maybe when you're out, you're very sociable and stuff, but you prefer to have that balance where you can be sociable, but you kind of plan it like very sporadic, okay? You can't do it too often, okay? Whereas very extroverted people can, every weekend they're going out, being around a lot of people, a lot of crowds. You keep it to like once a month, once every few months or so, I don't know, once a year, where you can do like that big gathering with friends and stuff. Other than that, you keep things pretty small. So this is a good example of somebody who could be extroverted, right? Appear extroverted when they're out and stuff, but really your preference, kind of wouldn't mind staying home and just like reading a book or putting on Netflix or something. Number 3, and this has a couple components to it. You feel Sometimes you feel a real need to keep up with people who are more high energy than you. Maybe somebody told you, and I've had this, somebody told you that you were too quiet somewhere in your life. And sometimes you're envious of really high energy people who get a lot done. Do you feel that way? Because I feel that way a lot. These people have so much energy to get stuff done and they're so high energy. I will admit I get jealous of that sometimes. And I question, why can't I be more like them? Start going into our head, right? Why do I have to be so quiet? There's this misalignment between, we're not accepting ourselves in a sort of way. And a lot of that is societal, because society is very high-strung and loud and noisy and energetic. And we're sitting here like, why can't I be like the other people? What's wrong with me? So we may go through a period in our lives, maybe when you're younger, where we have a what's wrong with me complex. Why can't I be as high energy or high strung or loud as other people? Number 4, it may take you longer to get warmed up. May take you longer to get warmed up. I mean, mostly in conversations, you may be better with one-on-one conversations and not so much with like public speaking in a group. But yeah, you're not like a conversation starter. I know I'm not. I talk about very superficial, like, hey, the weather, blah, like stupid things, because I don't know what to say. When you're an introvert, you're introverted. So you're in your head a lot, right? You're in your head a lot. You're comparing yourself a lot, especially when you're younger and you're going through a lot of things in your life and transitions, and you're seeing the external world the way it is, and you're comparing that with maybe who you are, if you're more reflective, for example. So you may take a while to warm up to the crowd or warm up to conversation. You may be kind of skeptical of like strangers or people you never met before. You may get a little anxious, but once you're warmed up, once you get to know somebody, then you're okay. Then you're super social, you're fun, right? So that's kind of a key sign, I would say, is being more of an introvert, but you want to like talk to people, you want to break out. So yeah. And number 5, you like attention, yet you don't. So here's the thing. You may like to be acknowledged and praised because it feels really good, but it also feels uncomfortable to be in the spotlight. Do you know what I mean? Do you get this? Let me know in the comments below if you feel this way, because I felt this way. It's like, ooh, I like the attention, but at the same time, I don't like the attention. So that could be a key sign where you really like to be recognized, acknowledged. It does feel good, but it's like too much on you. Then you start to feel kind of awkward in the situation where it's like, okay, now what do I do, right? So that could be a key sign. So these are just some things I jotted down that I feel could be a more extroverted introvert. Maybe we could just call you an introvert that has been schooled in socialization in the world. And I think that you can learn to be more extroverted, but I think we are born with more of a constitution where we are more of that reflective type, where we go in our head a lot, where we get drained very easily from other people, from noise, from surroundings, where we do need time to step back and learn how to balance ourselves out. Whereas other people, they are just living it up, loving life, and have no problem talking to people, don't think about it. They just gain energy and energy and energy from it. So that's the main difference, I would say. So yes, you can train yourself to be more extroverted. Of course, we all can. But yeah, I think we all have kind of an underlying disposition to ourselves. Kind of like I said, the 5 elements, if we want to check those out. It's kind of similar concepts, but broken down a little more specific way for each element type, and there are 5. So yeah, I hope you like this video. I'll put some links below. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, share it with your friends if you would. I really do appreciate you supporting this channel. Please help make it grow, help keep me going, and I will see you on the next one. Have a great day.